So we will go to the second chapter of this mathematics paper first. That is what? Trigonometry. Trigonometry. So you are familiar with this. This is a right angle triangle. Okay. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay. And suppose this angle is theta now. Suppose this angle is theta or whatever this one. Don't write everything now. Okay. Right. This is the hypotenuse. This is what? This is called. Suppose angle B is here. Then this is what? Adjacent side. And this is the opposite side of angle B now, right? So sin theta is what? Opposite side upon hypotenuse, right? So opposite side is what? Opposite side upon hypotenuse, right? So opposite side of angle B. So we'll write here B now instead of theta. We'll write B now. Otherwise, you have to write theta. So you can write here the vertex also, no problem here, right? So sin B is equal to what? Opposite side upon hypotenuse. So your opposite side is what? AC upon what? BC. Or you may write here what? CB. Doesn't matter this, because here what? This is the this is the segment, right? You may write this is BC, CB. Doesn't matter this, right? Then cos B. The cos B means what? Adjacent side of the angle B upon the hypotenuse. Your adjacent side of the angle B is AB. So this is what? Adjacent side upon hypotenuse, right? So your adjacent side is what? AB. And your hypotenuse what? BC or CB. Doesn't matter. Okay. So this sine cos, right? So actually if you get a sine and cos, then you can find the other for trigonometric ratio. Now then what you have? The tan B now. So tan B is nothing but what? Actually this is what? Sin B upon cos B. This is the relation among sine, cos and tan, right? So if you want to find tan, so with the help of the figure also you can do. This is what? Opposite side upon adjacent side. Actually this by definition this is what? Opposite side upon adjacent side. So what is your opposite side of angle B now? Opposite side is what? AC upon AB or BA, whatever you want, right? Then this is tan B now, right? Now then next trigonometric, that is what? Sin, cos, tan, then cosec B. Cosec B is actually the reciprocal of sin B, right? So that means what? The product of the cosec B and sin B is always 1, because they are the reciprocal of with each other. So now cosec B is nothing but what? Hypotenuse upon adjacent side. So hypotenuse upon opposite side, So this is what? Then BC upon AC, right? This is cosec. And then what? This is sec B. So sec B is nothing but the reciprocal of cos B, right? So 1 upon cos B. So 1 upon cos B means what? Hypotenuse upon adjacent side. And this is nothing but what? What is your hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is your BC. What is your adjacent side? Adjacent side is AB. Now next one was cot B. So cot B means what? It is the relation between cot B and tan B. It is the reciprocal of tan B. Right? And nothing but what? The ratio of cos B and sin B. So cos B upon sin B. This is the relation among cot B, cos and sin, right? And this is the relation between cot B and tan B. They are the reciprocal of each other. Therefore, their product is 1. Okay. Now the same formula you can apply here. So cot B is nothing but what? Cot B. This is you want to find cot B. Cot B is actually what? Adjacent side upon opposite side. adjacent side upon opposite side. Your adjacent side is what? AB, and your opposite side is what? AC. Opposite side is AC, right? So these are the trigonometric ratios. You are familiar with this one, right? So these are trigonometric ratios. So now what you have to do here, so what you know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That is the fundamental identity. But what here, at that time we have assumed that sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Now here we want to prove that now, that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So what we will do? So we'll take a circle with center at origin now. Right? Suppose this is x-axis. This is what? Y-axis. Y-axis. So now suppose this is your angle in the standard position. Whatever the amount, suppose this is theta. We are interested to find the trigonometric ratio of this angle theta. Now here we don't have the right angle triangle now, right? You don't have the right angle triangle. So with the help of the circle, we can find the trigonometric ratio of any angle now. So for that you need the right angle triangle. Now here you don't have the right angle triangle, right? With the help of the circle, you have to find a trigonometric ratio of any measurement of the angle, right? So suppose this theta is any measurement. So for our convenience, we are taking this in the first quadrant. This may be in the third quadrant, maybe in the fourth quadrant, whatever this one. You have to find a trigonometric ratio. Now this is what, so this, suppose this is what, here OA, suppose this is your B, suppose, right? Now this is your terminal arm, right? So terminal arm intersects this circle, suppose this is PXY, right? And suppose the radius of the circle is R now. This is the radius of the circle, right? So what we will do? Now this is, suppose, now this is P, suppose this is Q now, suppose, right? So what is this point P? Is nothing but the point of intersection of circle and the terminal of the angle theta. Whatever theta may be. Maybe in the first quadrant, maybe in the second quadrant, maybe this one. For our convenience, we are taken in the first quadrant. So what we do? We draw perpendicular to x-axis now. So this is what, suppose PM. So what is this PM? Draw. Okay, let PXY be the point of intersection. The point of intersection of the terminal arm of the terminal arm of angle theta and circle okay. Okay, let R be the radius of the circle. Let R be the radius of circle. Radius of the circle. So R is the radius of the circle. So what we'll do? We'll draw PM perpendicular to x-axis, right? So draw PM perpendicular to x-axis to OA. Just OA. OA is your initial arm, right? So PM is perpendicular to x-axis. Now, so this is x-axis. Now we know that a perpendicular distance of x from the x-axis, perpendicular from, this is what, perpendicular from x-axis is nothing but the y coordinate of that point. So your y coordinate is what then? This, your y coordinate of point P is what? Y. So distance from x-axis is nothing but the y coordinate of that point, because you know the coordinates of PA, right? So now, and this distance is what then? X. This distance is what? X, right? So then what? PM is equal to what? Y. PM is equal to Y, and this is your O now, right? So OM is equal to X, right? Now this angle is theta, and this triangle is a right angle triangle now, right? So we get a right angle triangle, right? And now we can find a sin theta and cos theta. Just find sin theta and cos theta. Once we get a sin theta and cos theta, we can find. So what we will do? We are proving that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That is our aim now, right? So question you can write now here, what? Prove that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Right? If for theta belongs to R. Theta belongs to R means maybe in terms of radian now, or maybe in terms of the degree now. Right? So now in right angle triangle, in that means what? The triangle OMP is right angle triangle is right angle triangle. Right? So theta is equal to, therefore what? Sin theta is equal to. So what is sin theta then? Sin theta is what? Opposite side upon hypotenuse. So your hypotenuse is what? So you may write here what? OP is also. OP is equal to R, and this is same as what? OQ also. Right? Because they are the radius of the same circle. So sin theta is equal to what then? At opposite side. Opposite side is your what? PM. Opposite side is your PM. And your hypotenuse is what? OP. So what is your PM? PM is nothing but this PM. Right? PM is nothing but the distance of P from x-axis is nothing but the y coordinate. Right? So that means this is y upon this is R. Right? So therefore sin theta here. So therefore what? Sin theta is what? Y by R. Right? Okay. So that means what? Your y is same as what? R sin theta. Y is same as what? R sin theta. Right? Okay. Now we'll find now cos theta now. Right? So cos theta is what then? Just we'll do here. So cos theta is nothing but what? Adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So your adjacent side is what here? OM. Your hypotenuse is what here? OP. Right? So what is OM? OM is what? Actually the perpendicular distance of P from y-axis. And perpendicular distance from y-axis is the x coordinate of that point. Perpendicular distance from y-axis is nothing but x coordinate, and perpendicular distance from x-axis is nothing but the y coordinate. Right? So that means this is what? This is what your OM is what? X, and this is your R. Right? So therefore x is equal to what? R cos theta. Right? We get x now. Right? So now this is a circle with center at origin. We know that the equation of circle is x square plus y square is equal to r square. This is the equation of circle. Right? So now this P is on the circle. Right? That means this xy is on the circle. That means it satisfies the equation of the circle. Right? So your coordinates of P is what? Right? So then P is what? P is equal to R cos theta and R sin theta. Right? Because your x is what? R cos theta, and your y is what? R sin theta. That means your coordinates of P are what? This. Right? Each on circle. So it is on circle. That means it satisfies the coordinate. It satisfies the equation of the circle. So you may replace x as r cos theta, r sin theta. So therefore we have so r cos theta square plus r sin theta square is equal to r square. Right? So this is equal to what? R square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to r square. Now r square again. R square is in each term and it is not 0 because it is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle cannot be 0. So if you want to divide by a number, that number should not be 0. Right? So you are dividing by r square. So note that r square should not be 0. Right? You have the specific region now here. Right? So without if you don't know what is r, you cannot divide by r now. You cannot divide by r square also. Right? But you know that here r is the radius of the circle, and the radius of the circle cannot be 0. So you can divide by the r square. Right? Because the r square is not 0 now. So this is what? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. And we get the result now. Right? So with that of the circle, we have proved this. Just we have applied in the last year cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. That is, we know this is a fundamental identity, but without proving that one, right? Just we have assumed that this is true, and we have applied, we have solved some problem in the last year by using this one. So now we have proved this, right, with the help of the circle. So next is what here now. So what is this? The coordinate of p, x, y are very important. They are in terms of radius and trigonometric functions, right? So here the main part is what? To find the coordinates of p now. So now suppose the radius is 1 now. Then what we get then? The radius is 1. Then what are the coordinates of p then? Cos theta and sin theta. So that means if you take this as a unit circle means what? The circle whose center is at origin and having radius 1. So if radius is 1, then this is what? Cos theta and sin theta. So that means what? If you want to find a trigonometric ratio of any angle theta, just we'll take this as a unit circle. Then the point of intersection of the terminal arm and this gives your sin theta and cos theta. Your x coordinate will be what? The cosine of the angle, whatever the angle is given by you. Your y coordinate is nothing but what? The sine of the angle, right? So that means what? Just consider the unit circle. You can obtain the cos theta and sin theta. So now we have this now. So what we will do now? So see here what? If you know the cos theta, you can find the sin theta. If you know the sin theta, you can find the value of cos theta. Now problem is here what? This is the sine square, right? We know that if x square is equal to 4, then a is equal to what? A is equal to what? Plus or minus 2. Don't say this is only 2, right? Because you know the negative number now, right? You don't know what is a, right? That means a must be plus or minus 2. If a is the radius of the circle, then we neglect minus 2. But now here what? You don't know a now, right? So that means your answer should be what? Plus or minus 2, plus or minus this. If you want to take the root of any number, first write out the plus or minus, right? That means what? Here what? We get the what? Sin square theta now. Suppose you know the value of cos theta. We get a sin square theta is equal to something. So then this sin theta will be what then? Plus or minus, right? Now which value we have to take? Either positive or negative. So that is depend on theta now. So that means what here? So if you know the position of the theta, then you can exactly take the value plus or minus. So for that you should know the theta. So therefore we have studied that the theta lies in first quadrant, theta lies in how to determine the angle in the quadrant, that we have seen. With the help of that one, if the position of theta is given to you, then you can take the exact value of this one, either plus or minus. So for that you should know the position of the angle theta, right? So for this you have given that the position of the angle theta, then you can take the value of this one. That means what? Once we get sin theta and cos theta, because all the rest of the 4 trigonometric ratios are depend on sin and cos only, right? So if you find value of sin, if you have the value of cos, you can find the value of sin. If you have the value of sin, you can find the value of cos, right? And with the help of the sin and cos, you can find the rest of the 4 trigonometric ratio, right? So this is a fundamental identity. This is very helpful, right, for us. Now what we do now? So we have this fundamental identity, cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So what we will do? We will divide by cos square to each and every term. So what we get then? So cos square theta upon cos square theta plus sin square theta upon cos square theta is equal to 1 upon cos square theta, right? So now here cos square get cancelled, right? So this is 1 plus. So I can write this is what? Sin theta upon cos theta bracket square, right? And this is nothing but what? 1 upon cos theta bracket square, right? So we know that sin theta upon cos theta is what? Tan theta, right? So 1 plus tan square theta. So tan theta square is nothing but what? Tan square theta, right? And this is what then? 1 upon cos theta means sec theta, right? And you can take the square of that one. So what we get then? This is what? Sec square theta. Again, this is a fundamental identity, right? And this is the relation between tan theta and sec theta, right? So if you have the value of tan theta, you can obtain the value of sec theta, right? And once we get sec theta means we get a cos theta, right? And you can find then sec theta, you have the value of tan theta, that means you can obtain the value of cos theta then, right? So this is the relation between tan theta and sec theta. This is very important identity, fundamental identity, right? So you can express sec square theta in terms of tan theta, right? You can express tan theta into sec theta also, right? So if you want tan theta, take the square root of that one then, right? So square root of what? Sec square theta minus 1 then, right? So that means sec theta is also square root of 1 plus tan square theta. You can apply this somewhere here, right? Now this is, see the power of the trigonometry now. Here two terms are there. These two terms is expressed in terms of one term only, right? It is the power of trigonometry. So trigonometry express two terms in terms of single term, or single term you can express in the double term also, right? So terms are increasing. If you want to increase the terms, you can do like this. So this is power of the trigonometry. Now we have again, so what we have? We have cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. We have divided by cos square, now we will divide by sin square now. So we will divide by sin square now. So this is what? Sin square theta, right? Sin square theta. So this is what? Sin square theta. Okay. So cos square theta upon sin square theta is nothing but a cot square theta. Is nothing but what? Cot square theta. Right? So this get cancelled. This is 1. So this is what then? Cosec. Right? Because 1 upon cos is nothing but cosec, and that is what? Cosec square theta. So this is what? 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Right? So that means what here? This is again the third fundamental identity. Here also we have the relation between cot and cosec. So if you have given the cosec square, right, you can write in terms of cot square. If you have cot square, you can write in terms of cosec square. How? The cot square theta is nothing but cosec square theta minus 1. Right? These are very useful fundamental identities. Right? So what we have learned? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. We have proved this one. We also proved that 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. We also proved that cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Right? These are three fundamental identities. You should remember this. Right? So anywhere in the problem, you have to apply this one. Right? In both the ways now. That means what? If you want to put the value of sin square theta, it will be 1 minus cos square theta. Right? So if you have the value of tan square, you need the value of tan square theta, just put it, this is sec square theta minus 1. If you want the value of cot square theta in terms of other, that means what? Cot square theta is nothing but cosec square theta minus 1. Right? So in this way you can write these fundamental identities. Now, so suppose this is what? Now we will consider as a standard unit circle. This is standard unit circle PXY. Suppose this angle is now theta. Right? Suppose this is what? This is PQ. Right? And suppose the radius is 1. Right? Okay. So let PXY be the point of intersection of terminal arm of theta, and standard unit circle. Standard unit circle means what? Standard unit circle x square plus y square is equal to 1. Right? So here 1 is important. This is what? Radius of the circle. And your center is at the origin now. So your O will be the origin now. Right? Now radius is 1 now here. So if you draw this perpendicular to this, so this is what? PM. Right? So you know that the cos theta is equal to what? Right? We know that cos theta is what? X upon R now. X upon R. Right? So that means what? Your R is 1 now. This is X. Right? You know that sin theta is nothing but what? Y by R. We have seen in the last. So y bar means what? Y upon 1, that is y. Right? So therefore P is nothing but what? P is nothing but cos theta sin theta. Right? So that means what? To find the trigonometric ratio of angle theta is nothing but you have to find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the terminal arc and the standard unit circle. Right? So if you get the point of intersection of the standard unit circle and the terminal arc, you will get these two trigonometric ratios, sin theta and cos theta. Right? So you can find the other four trigonometric ratio. Right? So that means to find the trigonometric ratio of any angle, so what you have to do? Try to find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the terminal arc and the standard unit circle. Right? So that means your x coordinate will be what? The cosine of the angle, whatever this, and the y coordinate is the sine of that angle. Right? Now suppose we find, now here what? So what is this then? So this is what? Standard unit circle. This is your P. Suppose this is theta now. Angle should be in the anti-clockwise direction. Right? So this is what then? Cos theta. This is what? Sin theta. Because this is your standard unit circle. Right? Now here what? This is what? Cos theta and sin theta. Now your theta is what? In first quadrant. Right? That means this point is what? In the first quadrant. And you know that in the first quadrant, x coordinate and y coordinate are positive. That means what? In the first quadrant, your cos theta is positive and your sin theta is positive. That means if your theta lies in the first quadrant, then both the trigonometric ratios are positive. And for other, because for other, rest are depends on this one. Right? They are the reciprocal or they are the ratio of this one. That means all the rest are positive. That means what? If your theta lies in the first quadrant, then all the trigonometric ratios are positive. Right? So that means if theta lies in the first quadrant, then all the trigonometric ratios are positive. So here what? All trigonometric ratios are positive. Right? So now if you are this, now this is your then, suppose this is your theta 1 will write here. Theta 1. Suppose here now this is your theta 2 now. So where is your angle? In the second quadrant. Again this will what? This is your standard unit circle there. Again this is what? P cos theta 2 sin theta 2 now. Right? Terminal arc intersect standard unit circle. You can show that this is what? R cos theta 2, R sin theta. Your R is 1 now. Right? So that means what? Here cos theta 2. Where is your theta 2? In the second quadrant. Right? Your angle is in the second quadrant. Now this is the second. Your terminal intersection of the terminal arc and standard unit circle is in the second quadrant. Right? And we get the trigonometric ratio. And in the second quadrant, we know that your x is what? Negative. And your y is what? Positive. Right? That means what? Here what? Sin theta is positive. And your cos theta is negative. That means here what? Sin is positive. Right? Actually, reciprocal is what? Cosec. That means only one trigonometric ratio is positive here. So sin. We are interested only sin, cos, tan we will see. And there obviously what? Reciprocal of positive number is positive and reciprocal of negative number is negative. Right? So that means here what? Here all trigonometric are positive. Here only sin is positive. Obviously cosec is positive. Right? So don't bother about the cosec, tan and cot. They are the reciprocal of this one. Right? So just take the standard what? Sin, cos and tan. Right? So now if you are in the third quadrant, this will be your theta 2, theta 3. Right? It is in third quadrant. Now the point of intersection what is here? This was there, cos of theta 3, sin of theta 3. Right? It is in the third quadrant now. Your P is also in the third quadrant. Right? And you know that this is your x coordinate, this is your y coordinate. In the third quadrant you get x negative, this is your y is also negative. That means this is minus minus. Right? That means what here? Sin negative, cos is positive, and reciprocal of two negative number is positive. Right? Reciprocal of the same sign is positive. Right? That means which one is positive here? Tan will be the positive, because tan is nothing but a ratio of this one. So here what? Then your tan is positive. Right? The value of tan theta is positive if your theta is in the third quadrant. Now if your theta is in the second quadrant, then your tan is negative now. Only here what? Sine is positive. Your value of cos will be the negative then. Right? So that means if you have this relation minus pi by 2 less than theta less than pi. This is what? Pi by 2 less than theta. Then you have given the theta. Where is theta is in? Pi by 2 pi. That means it is your theta. And suppose we have given the value of sine theta is equal to 1 by 5 suppose. Now you have to find the value of cos. You have to find the value of other 5 trigonometric ratio. So you have the relation. This is what? Cos square theta. Cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. Right? So 1 minus sine square theta means 1 upon 25. So this is what? 24 by 25. This is the value of cos square theta. And you have to write the value of cos theta now. The cos theta will be what then? Plus or minus. Right? Plus or minus is what? Root 24 upon 5. Now problem is that which sign we have to take, plus sign or minus sign. So position of theta is given. If position of theta is not given, you have to accept both the values. Right? But if position of theta is given, you have to accept only one value. Right? Now position of theta is what? In the second quadrant. In the second quadrant only sign is positive. Cos is negative. So that means what? So theta is in second quadrant. Second quadrant. Therefore cos theta is equal to minus root 24 by 5. Right? Don't take the positive. Right? But here you should consider this, both the values. Right? And why not it is positive? Why not it is negative? It is this is your region now, because theta, position of theta is given. Right? So this is the benefit of this one. Right? So now to determine the value, if you have given the value of sine, so you should know the position of the theta. If you know the position of theta, then you can find the exact trigonometric ratio of the other trigonometric ratio. Right? Now that means what? If your now suppose this is now fourth quadrant now, so this will be your theta 4 now. Theta 4. Right? So if it is theta 4, now this is what then? P cos theta 4 sin theta 4. Your y coordinate is sine. Now you are in the fourth quadrant. Now see here x, it is positive. Now see here y, it is negative. So that means your x is positive, y is negative. Right? So this is plus and this is minus. That means tan is negative. Your tan will be negative. Your sine will be negative. That means here only what here? Cos is positive. Everywhere now in any whatever this, if your theta is in the fourth quadrant, so what your y coordinate, your x coordinate is always positive. Y coordinate is always negative. That means your cos theta is always positive. If your theta is in the fourth quadrant. So that means what here? Only cos is positive. Right? So here all are positive. Sine is positive. Tan is positive. Cos is positive. You can remember like this. All silver tea cups. Right? All silver tea cups. Right? For our convenience. It is not mathematics actually. Right? So in this way you can remember the sign of the trigonometric ratios. Right? So sign of the trigonometric ratio is depend on the angle, position of the angle. Right? Whether it is in first quadrant, all are positive. If it is in the second quadrant, only sine is positive. Or trigonometric ratio of sine or sine theta is positive. Right? Here what? Tan is positive. Only tan theta is positive. Here what? Cos theta is positive. Right? So all silver teacups. In this way you can remember this. Right? Now, so we find some trigonometric ratio actually. So you know that sine 30 is what you are familiar with, right? Sine 30 is equal to 1/2, right? And cos 30 is equal to what? Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. You are familiar with this one, but you don't know how you get the value of this one, right? You just assume this what sine 30 is half and cos 30 is what root 3 by 2 with the help of Pythagoras theorem. Actually, you have applied the Pythagoras theorem, right? So this is what sine 30 is nothing but suppose this is theta, then this is 1, this is 2, and by Pythagoras theorem, this is what root 3, and then you can find this. Right? This is also a better way. If you have the value of sine theta, better way to apply the Pythagoras theorem, you can find the rest of the trigonometry ratio. Because what we have given this value. Now here problem is that what your theta is not given. So now your 30 is given now here. Right? So angle is known, the position is known also. If the quadrant is known to you, you can write the value of cos now, either positive or negative, whatever this one. Right? You can apply also fundamental identity. right? So with the help of fundamental identity, you can find the value of cos square 30. You get cos 30 as plus or minus, but your 30 in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive, so you have to take the plus side. In this way also you can do this one, right? But now, how to determine, how to prove this one now? So we'll find now trigonometric ratios of angle 30 degree. All trigonometric ratios of angle 30 degree. That means you have to find all 6 trigonometric ratios, right? So what we will do now this one? So we'll consider a standard unit circle. Consider a standard unit circle, suppose. Now this will be angle 30 now. This is your what? 30 degree. This is your PXY. Suppose this is what? Suppose this is Q now. Okay. Okay. So what do we do? Let PXY be the point of intersection. Where what we have? What we want? The trigonometric ratios of angle 30 degree. Now this will be what then? Cos 30 degree, sin 30 degree. So what we want? The point of intersection of the terminal arm and the circle, standard unit circle, right? So we are interested in that. What is our aim? To find the coordinates of P now. That means we have to find the value of X and value of Y. So we have just assumed that this is XY. We don't know what are the XY, right? So with the help of this geometry, we want to find the exact value of, because this we get the exact angle. So we want the exact value of X and Y now, right? We have taken the general value, X and Y. So let PXY be the point of intersection of the terminal arm of 30 degree and the standard unit circle x square plus y square is equal to 1, right? So your drafting should be very nice if you are solving the problem. So what we will do now? Now this is your PXY, right? So suppose this is x-axis, y-axis, this is your origin. So what we will do? We will draw PM perpendicular to this, right? So draw PM perpendicular to OQ now. OQ will be your x-axis, or you may write here OX, that is your x-axis, right? Now what is this PM? This now therefore what? PM is equal to Y now, right? What is your OM? OM is equal to what? OM is equal to X now, because this is distance from Y-axis. This is the distance from Y-axis, right? And distance from Y-axis is nothing but the X coordinate, and distance from X-axis is nothing but the Y coordinate, right? Now this is your PM. And what is your OP then? OP is the radius of the standard unit circle. OP is the radius of the standard unit. So this is 1, right? So what do we have? This is 1, right? Now this angle is 90 degree, right? So this angle is what? 60 degree. This angle is 30 degree, right? So triangle OMP is 30, 60, 90 degree, right? 30 degree, 90 degree, right? So measurement of angle, this is what? This. So there is a special property for this one. So what is that special property? Opposite side of angle 30 is half of the hypotenuse, right? So opposite side of angle 30. So this is your 30. So your opposite side is what? PM. So PM is equal to what then? Half of the hypotenuse. Half of the hypotenuse. So PM is known. So this is half, right? PM is half, right? With the help of this property, right? You are familiar with this one. So PM we get a half. And what is your PM? PM is the third Y. We get the value of Y now this, right? We have the value of Y. Now OM. We want now OM. So OM is what? This is the right angle triangle. By Pythagoras theorem, you can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem is what? OM square. OM square is equal to hypotenuse square minus the other side. So OP square minus PM square. Minus PM square. So your OM is what? OM is your Y, X. So X square. Right? OP square is 1. your PM square is what? 1 by minus 1 by 4. Right? So this is what? 3 by 4. Now x will be what then? Plus or minus root 3 by 2. But where is your P? Pxy is in first quadrant. Is in first quadrant. Right? So therefore x is equal to what? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Right? So therefore P is equal to what? Therefore P is what? X is equal to what? X is what? Cos theta sin theta. Right? This is your P. And this is same as P. What is here? X is what here? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Right? What is your Y? Is half. Is half. Right? So you get the coordinates of P now. Right? So now your x coordinate will be the value of cosine and your y value. Y is nothing but the value of the sine. Right? So that means what here? Therefore, we don't want this, so we erase this. So therefore, cos theta is equal to root 3 by 2. That means we will write directly here what? 30 degree now. Because theta is known to you now. Is what? Root 3 by 2. Right? So sin 30 degree is equal to what? 1/2. Right? So we get these two and all the rest 4 all depends on sin and cos only. And we have the value of sin and cos. Right? So we find the value of then tan. So tan 30 degree is equal to what? Sin 30 degree upon cos 30 degree. So sin 30 degree is what? Half upon root 3 by 2. Both the denominators of numerator and denominator are same. They get cancelled. So this is what? 1 by root 3. It is better to remember the value of this. Right? So if you don't remember, don't bother about this one. I will tell you how to find the value of this one if you don't remember this. Right? With a minute you can write the values of this one. Right? Now cos, sin, cos, tan. Then cosec 30 is what? 1 upon sin of 30. Right? Sin of 30 1 upon, just take the reciprocal. This will be what? 2. Right? Then sec 30. You may write the degree. So this is what? 1 upon cos 30 degree. 1 upon cos 30 degree. So take the reciprocal of cos 30 degree. This is what? 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3. Now then what? Tan quad 30 degree is nothing but a reciprocal of tan 30 degree. So 1 upon tan 30. Don't write in terms of cos and sin now here, because we have the value of tan now. Right? Just take the reciprocal of that one. This will be root 3. Okay? So note that here your P is what? On the circle. P is on the circle. And whatever the points on the circle, so your x is what? Less than or equal to minus 1 or 1 now here. Because you are inside the circle. Right? On the circle, your x is everywhere what? X square, y square equal what? X square point lies on this one. That means what? Your x is lies between minus 1 and 1. Your y lies between also minus 1 and 1. Right? That means your the value of sin theta and cos theta lies between minus 1 and 1. Right? If you get the value of cos theta is 2, then this is not true, because this is greater than 1. Or if you get the value of cos theta is equal to minus 2, this is also not true. That means you have made some mistake somewhere. You have to check your answer. Because the value of sin theta and cos theta always lies between minus 1 and note that. Because what? Here what? It is on the circle. Right? And it should be the inside then this. Right? So always lies between minus 1 and 1. Right? Sin theta and cos theta. So if you get somewhere what? Greater than 1, that means you made mistake somewhere. You have to check your answer once again. So why it is greater than 1? Why it is what? Less than minus 1. This is my less than minus 1. So why it is less than minus 1? Right? So it is always greater than minus 1. Right? So your answer should be greater than minus 1 and your answer should be less than 1. Right? So if you get the answer outside this, you are wrong somewhere. Right? So in the calculation you made some mistake somewhere. So you have to check whether you have made the mistake and you have to correct it. Right? Okay, so I think you understand this, right? How to trigonometric ratio of, how to find a trigonometric ratio of any angle, right? So next we will find a trigonometric ratio of 120 degree, right? So 120 degree or this is 180 to 40 degree something like, right? So their angle should be what? 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, right? In terms of, so that means what? 90, so this is 135 degree. So if it is 135 degree, then 90 plus 45 degree, then this will be 45 degree, right? And for 45 degree, what? Opposite sides are equal now. Opposite sides are equal now, right? So for 45 degree, so 45 degree, or this should be what? So this is what? Suppose 90, 120 degree, suppose you want. If you 120 degree, this will be the 60 degree, and this angle will be then 30 degree. So you can apply this property, right? So that means you can find the trigonometric ratios of any angle with the help of standard unit circle. So I hope that you understand all the things, right? And try to find the trigonometric ratios of angle 60 degree now. If you have the 60 degree now here, it will be 30 degree. Then opposite will be, this is what, then this will be 2. Then this will be what? Root 3 by 2. Then see, this is changed now here, right? So you can find 120 degree now. So 120 degree, you have to take the care of that one now, x. So you are here what? X is equal to what? Plus or minus you are writing here. But you are what? It is in second quadrant. Therefore your x is negative now, right? So that means what here? Cos 120 degree is what? Negative, and sin 120 degree is positive now, right? So you have to take the care of the sign now. So you can find the trigonometric ratios of any angle with the help of the standard unit circle, right? So try for that yourself. So try to find the angle, right? So this is what? 60 degree, 120 degree, right? 120 degree. Then this is what? 150 degree also you can find, right? If you 150 degree, that means what? This is 90 plus 60. Then this will be 30 then, right? Whatever this one, you go here now. So you can draw the PM here then, right? So take care of this is what P. You get what? X is plus or minus. So say X is in negative. It is in second quadrant. X is in second quadrant. Pxy is in second quadrant. Therefore X is minus then. Right? Whatever the value of this one. Now therefore what then? This is what? Cos theta, sin theta. This will be the minus then, or this will be plus then, minus whatever this one is, right? And therefore cos theta is equal to whatever along the side. So we get this, right? So I hope that you can do all those things, right? With the help of Pythagoras theorem now, right? And use the property what? 30, 60, 90. Opposite side of angle 30 is half of the hypotenuse. So always remember this one. Opposite side of angle 30 is half of the hypotenuse. Okay. Okay. So we'll stop here now.